Pond turnover, what is it? And why does it happen? What is pond turnover?
Well, what happens, Brad, is...
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Are you going to grade this?
Maybe.
A pond turnover is, this time of year, throughout the entire nation, heat starts to push down into the water. And what happens is, heat likes to rise for the most part. Mm-hmm. Well, as heat is pushed into the water from the sunlight and wave action, it only goes down so far. So there's a layering effect. It's called stratification.
Right.
Where there's a warm layer of water that sits on top of a cold layer of water. Well, what happens during turnover is as this, and it sits like this, another factoid, is that lower layer of water ends up becoming stagnant because it doesn't contact the air.
Right.
It's away from the air, so it can't touch it. Well, the air is what cleanses water. So what happens is this warm layer of water begins to cool down and reaches the same temperature as this lower layer, they mix. Mm-hmm. And when they mix, that's called a turnover.
Is that a good thing for ponds to have that happen, or are there steps people can take to have that not happen?
It can do no harm for the most part until that water below becomes stagnant enough to contaminate the water above.
Right.
So over a period of time, what is insignificant till then becomes significant by then. So the way to stop it is to use aeration.
Okay.
Then 5 or 6 years ago, I mean, pond management has advanced immensely in the last 15 or 18 years. In the last 5 or 6 years, people have begun to focus more on aeration. And what aeration does is actually create vertical currents to cause that lower water to mix with the upper water all the time, and it never gets the chance to become stagnant. That's the problem. When that lower water gets stagnant, mixes with that upper water, that's when you have the issues.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for that clarification.